Between practices, games, and everything in between, keeping up with your child's education shouldn't add to the hustle and bustle. That's where Skyward's Family Access Parent Portal comes in. Get instant updates on assignments, grades, attendance, and more, all conveniently delivered to your mobile device. Stay on top of your child's schooling effortlessly, because at Skyward, we're dedicated to delivering a smooth, stress-free experience for all students and families alike. Learn more at skyward.com. Wishing you all a successful season.
The National Football League season is bringing plenty of excitement to Green Bay and all of Wisconsin. There are high hopes for the Green Bay Packers, with fans dreaming of a Super Bowl run. Get your Packers updates every week of the season with Packers Ponderings, featuring Chris Richards, the host of Packers Therapy, a Packers podcast. Chris joins me each Tuesday morning at 8:45 to talk all about the Pack, what has happened so far and what is yet to come. Packers Ponderings is sponsored by Graffiti Sports Pub.
Today was supposed to be Education Day, but there's still a pretty decent crowd. But with schools being canceled in the area, it's free attendance. So if you're within the area and able to drive, come on out. All right, let's take a look at the starting lineups. First, for Stevens Point in the backcourt, it's 5'5" senior guard out of Merrill, Courtney Krieger, averaging 4 points per game and 1.6 assists. She'll be joined by 5'7" junior out of Leanne's, Michigan, Maya Rice, averaging 4.6 points per game and 2.8 assists. Then it's 5'8" sophomore guard Carissa Smith from Freedom, averaging 8.5 points per game, 1.4 assists. Gabby Galita, the 6-foot senior out of Franklin, averaging 11.9 points per game, 8.3 rebounds. And Alexa Thompson out of De Pere, 5'8" senior, averaging 18.4 points per game and 7.8 rebounds. For Marian, it's Naiding Awak, a 6-foot freshman, averaging 3.3 points per game and 6.7 rebounds. She'll be joined by 5'8" junior Chelsea King out of Rapids. King averaging 15.9 points per game and 3.9 rebounds. And it's 5'8" senior out of Princeton, Wisconsin, Lydia Bartle, averaging 6.6 points per game and 4.4 rebounds. Then it's 5'3" senior out of Oxford, went to Westfield, Lexi Breakbush, averaging 13.3 points per game and 4.7 rebounds. And then 5'4" senior guard Michaela Gable, averaging 5.6 points per game and 5 rebounds. Gable out of Oconto Falls. All right, Pointers are going to be in their home uniforms today, white jerseys with white shorts. They have purple numerals and purple lettering with gold trim. For Marian, they'll be in their road uniforms this afternoon. Black jerseys, black shorts. They have blue numerals and blue lettering with white trim. All right, weather was bad, but we are here. Scott and John, they are in, where are they, in Charlotte the next 2 days. 6 o'clock starts our time, 7 o'clock on the east, as they take on Christopher Newport tonight and Randolph-Macon tomorrow. So after a nice win Saturday, Pointers are going to step it up here a little bit, and they're still undefeated. All right, it's going to be Galita to jump center against a walk. Ball is in the air, and Point controls the opening tip. Here's Krieger with it. As the Pointers go right to left, Krieger with it into the front court. Over to Rice, now to Thompson, left of the circle, back to Krieger on the right. Open three, off the front rim, no good. And coming down with the rebound is Marian, and that was Bartle with it. Into the hands of Breakbush. Breakbush with it right side, has Krieger on her. Here's Breakbush. Gets it over to Bartle. Bartle with it, top of the key, starting to drive. Kicks it out to Gable. Now back to Bartle, right wing. We have 10 left to go on the shot clock. King with it. King into the lane, spinning. Loses the ball into the hands of Courtney Krieger. Bounce pass to Galina, right side, who will lay it up and in. 2-0 Pointers lead it. 9:12 left to go here in the first quarter. Here's Breakbush with it, a 3 right of the circle, and she swishes that one home. Breakbush makes it 3-2. Marian, 9 minutes left to go here in the first quarter. Here's Krieger with it to Smith, over to Thompson, left wing. Thompson dribbling right to Krieger, left of the circle, over to Rice. Now back to Thompson, right wing 3. Rolls off the rim, and up with the rebound is Marian. Here comes Bartle with it. Bartle spinning in the lane, stopping there to a walk. Over to King. Here's a 3 right of the circle by Bartle. Off the heel, no good. And Smith down with the rebound for Stevens Point. Up ahead to Rice, left side. Rice with it. Rice. Left quarter 3 by Krieger. Yes! Krieger knocks that one down. 5-3 Pointers lead it. 8:20 left to go here in the first quarter. Breakbush with it. Gets it into the hands of Bartle. Bartle. Turnaround jumper, 10-footer in the lane, off the heel. And coming down with the rebound was Rice. Up ahead to Krieger, left side. Krieger with it. Krieger driving, baseline left. Pass hits a Marian Saber, and then it's tied up down low. And they'll get a jump ball and get it back to the Sabres here as they had it alternating possession. Here's Bartle with it. Bartle hands it off to Gable. Gable right of the lane, 5-footer, misses everything off the glass. Here comes Krieger with it. 5-3 Pointers lead it. 7.5 left to go first quarter. Krieger with it. Krieger driving left side, lays it up, rolls off the rim, no good. Galina with the rebound, goes up and in. That's 4 for Gabby Galina, and it's 7-3 Pointers. 7:16 left to go here in the first quarter. Here's Bartle with it, right side. Bartle falls down. Krieger picks it up into the hands of Thompson. As the Pointers lead at 7-3, Thompson coast to coast, lays it up right side, no. And an offensive foul on Alexa Thompson. That'll be her first, team's first. We're going to get 5. Ava Loftus to check in for the Pointers, along with 5'11 sophomore guard forward out of Herbster, played at South Shore, Lily Truchon in there for the Pointers. Breakbush with it. Breakbush gets it over to a walk. Hands it off to Eastham, who just checked in. 3 left side, misses everything. Pointers up with a rebound. Emily Eastham, a 5'8 freshman forward out of West Dallas, Wisconsin, played at Nathan Hale. Here's Loftus with it. Over to Thompson. Thompson above the foul line, rolls off the rim, no good. And here comes Marian with it. Here's Breakbush with it. 3 right side by Gable off the heel. And coming up with the rebound is Truchon. Up ahead to Smith. Smith to Loftus. Loftus with it. Loftus. Right side, still keeping the dribble. Loftus to Rice, back to Loftus. Loftus over to Smith. Smith driving baseline left, cut out there to Thompson for a 3 left side. And Thompson hits that one as Thompson connects. They're going to say that was a 2, so it's 9-3. And here's Marian with a basketball. Here's Eastham with it right of the circle. Eastham gets it in the right corner to Breakbush. Breakbush against Loftus. Good defense there. Now to a walk. 10 left to go on the shot clock. Here's Gable with it. Left wing 3. Too hard, no. And rebound comes down with King. And she comes down with the ball traveling to Stevens Point here. And the 5'7 freshman guard out of La Crosse played at Aquinas in there for the Pointers. In there for Marian will be Imani Needham, a 5'8 junior guard out of De Pere, where she went to West De Pere. All right, Murphy will bring it up for the Pointers. Murphy with it into the front court. Foul coming up on Chelsea King. That'll be her first. Skyward Incorporated, they're connecting parents and education. That is Skyward Incorporated. Scoreboard today brought to you by Final Score Sports Bar and Grill. And our player of the game brought to you by Skyward. All right, here's Truchon with it. Up and under move on the right, off the glass and in. Lily Truchon with 2. 11 3-pointers lead it. 5:10 left to go in the first quarter. And we're going to foul coming up on point away from the basketball. As checking in for point will be 5'10" freshman forward Kira Mackey out of Escanaba, Michigan. Foul comes up on Loftus, her first, team second here in the quarter. Marian with the basketball. Here's Ninham with it. Kicks it out on the perimeter to Breakbush, who's driving left side off the glass and in. Pointers lead it, 4:45 left to go here in the first quarter. Here's Rice with it, a bounce pass. Down low to Mackey. Mackey looking for some help, gets it out to Murphy, over to Truchon, right of the circle. Now back to Murphy, left wing 3. Connects. Murphy connects there. And it's 14-5, Pointers lead it, 4:25 left to go in the first quarter. Breakbush to Uwak. Over to King, back to Breakbush between the rings. Breakbush with it, back to Uwak. Over to Eastham. Eastham with it at the foul line. Kicks it to Ninham. In the lane, 10-footer, yes. Imani Ninham puts it up and in, a 10-footer, and it's 14-7, Pointers lead it, 3:56 left to go in the opening quarter. Here's Loftus with it. Loftus. Pass is tipped and intercepted. Here comes Marian with it the other way. Emily Eastham with it. Gets it to Uwak. A walk back with the ball. 3 left wing. Too hard off the heel, and down with the rebound comes Mackey. Into the hands of Loftus. Gets over to Murphy. 3. That was short. Pointers get the rebound, though. Here's Rice with it as they lead at 14-7. 3:18 left to go first quarter. Mackey with it, right side. Mackey down low on the left, traveling by as it's 14-7, Pointers lead it, 3:12 left to go. Opening quarter. We'll take a 1-minute timeout. Come back with more after this. You're listening to Pointer Women's Basketball here on WPCN.
Since 1977.
Opening quarter on Education Day. Marian with the basketball. As here's Bartle with it. As Gary just checked in for Stevens Point. Brenna Gary, a 5'7" freshman out of Oshkosh. And picking up the foul there was Courtney Krieger, her first, team's third. McIntyre also in there for the pointers. As in there for Marian is Riley Woodson. She has the basketball now. We have 5 left to go on the shot clock. With 1, and Marian's not going to get a shot off. Shot clock violation against Marian. 7-point leads it to 34 left to go here, opening quarter. On our Final Score Sports Bar and Grill scoreboard, we're playing your before or after game get together at the Final Score. It's Second and Maria. All right, Pointers will bring it up. Here's Krieger with it, right to left. Krieger into the front court. Hits it to Gary. Over to Murphy, now to Mackey, left corner. Back down low to McIntyre. Hits it to Mackey, back to McIntyre. McIntyre a long 2 inside the arc. Front rims that one. Mackey down with the rebound. Has it swiped away, gets it back. Krieger mid-range jumper on the left side, air ball. And Point still keeps the possession, knocked out of bounds. And off Marian last, back to the Pointers it goes. All right, 10 left to go on the shot clock. Krieger with it, and her pass is tipped. And who's got it? It'll go back to Marian here on a turnover. As Woodson will bring it up here for Marian. Gets it into the hands of Breakbush. Breakbush with it to Woodson. And what do we got here? We got a foul coming up on the Pointers. That'll come up on Kelly. Third. As we have Thompson and Galita back in there for the Pointers. All right, on the inbounds pass, Point knocks it back out of bounds, and it will stay with the Sabres. There's the inbound baseline left. Murphy almost steals the inbounds pass out of bounds. And back to the Pointers, or back to Marian it'll go. Excuse me. Marian inbound, gets it into Breakbush. Breakbush with it. Breakbush dribbling right. Breakbush right in the lane, and an offensive foul as she lowered the shoulder into Courtney Krieger. That'll be Breakbush's first, and the team's second here in the quarter. All right, Marian will put some pressure onto the backcourt. Krieger will bring it up against Breakbush. Krieger with it into the front court. As Thompson with it, down low to Galita. Galita back to Gary, 3 left side, knocks that one home. Does Gary. And it's 17-7, Pointers lead it here. With a minute 14 left to go in the first quarter. Pointers intercept the pass. Here's Thompson with it. They got numbers. Galita will lay it up and in left side unopposed. She's got 6. 19-7, Pointers lead it. We have 1 minute left to go here in the opening quarter. Breakbush with it for Marian. As they go left to right here in the first half. Here's Breakbush with it. Breakbush gets it over to Tacey Schwanke. And we got a point here. All right, a walk back in there for Marian, along with King and Gable as well for the Sabres. Foul came up on Point. That comes up on Galita, her first, team's 5th. So at the line will be Riley Woodson. She front rims the first one, and we'll get one more. Woodson, a 6-foot junior out of Magnum, Oklahoma, misses them both as that one tried off the rim, no good. And here's Krieger with it for the Pointers, who lead 19-7. 35 seconds left to go here in the opening quarter. Krieger with it. Krieger And an offensive foul on a screen by Gabby Galita. That's going to be 2 on. Trushan's going to check back in for the Pointers. All right, Breakbush with it, and Marian can pretty much hold for the last shot as the shot and game clock are virtually identical, maybe like a half-second difference here. Breakbush with it out near midcourt. Has Gary on her. We have 10 left to go in the quarter. Gets it over left side to King. King with it. King driving into the paint. 10-footer air ball. And up with the rebound was Krieger with 2 seconds. Krieger puts up a half-court. Off the heel, no good. And we have reached the end of 1 quarter of play with the score UWSP Stevens Point 19, Marian 7. Tell you what we'll do right now. We will take a 2-minute break. Come back with the second quarter after this, because you're listening to UWSP Women's Basketball here on WPCN.
Once you realize that you're standing inside of a giant beer barrel, you'll know that this isn't just
Quant Fieldhouse for what was supposed to be Education Day. Still a good crowd here. 19-7 Pointers lead it as we start the second quarter. Pointers with a basketball. Here's Krieger with it. A lob pass to Trushan. Puts up a tough shot and leaves it short. And Marian up with the rebound. Here's Taj Hansard, who just entered the game along with Michaela Gable. 3 right corners short from Marian. Pointers scrapping for the rebound. Thompson gets tied up underneath, and alternating possession will keep it with Marian. Auto Select, quality, dependable auto repair and service performed by qualified technicians you can trust. That is Auto Select. By 19-7 Pointers lead it. 9:35 left to go second quarter. 3 in the corner by Hansard. No. Awalk with the rebound, gets it over to Gable. Gable with it. Back corner 3 right side. Too much on that one from Bartle. And Carissa Smith down with a long rebound. Gets fouled in the backcourt by Taj Hansard. Her first, team's first here in the quarter. High Pointers will bring it up here as Thompson gets it into Krieger. Krieger with it. Krieger over to Smith. Smith, a 3 right of the circle, leaves it short, and goes out of bounds back to Marian. All right, Scott and John of the men's game is there in much better weather here today. in Charlotte. 6 o'clock our time start. As here goes Marian the other way. Beautiful cut to the basket by Bartle. Up and in, and it is 19-9. Pointers lead it here with 8:48 left to go in the second quarter. Smith fakes the three right side. Bounce pass, throws it away. And here comes Marian the other way. Marian on a break. And Chelsea King missing the layup as that shot was redirected. Here's Krieger with it. Krieger with it left side. Krieger goes up. Contact, no foul. Goes out of bounds. Back to the Sabres, I believe. As the Pointers wanted a foul there. None coming. Actually, Point will keep it. Excuse me. Rice to inbound. Gets into Thompson. Three right side. Air ball. Krieger trying to save the rebound and goes out of bounds. All right, here goes Marian with a basketball. Here's Hansard with it. Hansard fits it over to Awalk. Now into the hands of King. Hansard, Awalk with it right corner. Back to Hansard. Back to Awalk with 10 on the shot clock. Air ball there. Krieger with a weak side rebound. 19-9 Pointers lead it. 7:57 left to go. Here in the second quarter. Bounce pass to Truchon up and in. Score for Truchon. And it is 21-9. Pointers lead it as they get a steal. Here's Rice with it left side. Rice in alone will lay it up and in on the right side. 23-9. Pointers lead it. 7.5 left to go here second quarter. Here's Hansard with it. Into the hands of Bartle. Bartle with it. Bartle, right of the lane. Bartle to Awalk. Awalk cutting into the paint as it's stolen away by Smith. 23-9, Pointers lead it. 7:06 left to go here in the second quarter. Smith, three right of the circle. Off to the left, no good. Maya Rice chases down the rebound in the left corner. Bounce pass down low. Then driving to the basket as they got it to Smith up and in. We're going to get a timeout on Marian, and it'll get our media timeout as well. So I'll tell you what we'll do right now is we will take a 1-minute break and come back after this as you listen to UWSP Women's Basketball here on WPCN.
Farming is risky business.
Pointers lead at 5:07 left to go here in the second quarter. All right, here's King with it for Marian, getting double teamed here by in front of us. Jump ball, alternating possession. Mackey back in there for UW Stevens Point. Yeah, we'll check the subs here in a minute when they update them. Bartle in there, or actually inbounds. It takes the three, misses everything, and Mackey down with the rebound for UW Stevens Point. Into the hands of Loftus. Loftus with it, with Bartle on her. They get it to Truchon, puts it up with the left hand off the rim. Down with the rebound is Galita, a little runner in the lane by Loftus. No, Pointers with the rebound again. Loftus has it in her hands in the paint. Here's Loftus with it. Loftus. Bounce pass. It gets tipped. We have 7 left to go in the shot clock. 3 by Galita left of the circle. Off the mark. Rice with the rebound. Leaves it short. As her shot attempt was short. Breakbush down with the rebound for Marian. King and Gable out. Schwanke and Ninham back in for Marian. Here's a straight-on 3. No good by Breakbush as that was off the rim. Here's Loftus with it, 4-point. Loftus into the front court. Loftus, free throw line jumper. True. Her first points of the afternoon. 32-9. Pointers lead it here. 3:50 left to go in the second quarter. As Schwanke with it. Get it to Bartle. Driving baseline right. A little up and under move off the glass and in. Bartle's got 4. Nice little move on the baseline. 32-11. Pointers lead it. Up to Truchon. Left side. Off balance. Up and in for Truchon. That's now her career high at 6. We're going to get a timeout point. We're going to take a 30-second timeout here. And actually, we'll keep it here with that 30-second timeout to remind you that Hilltop Pub and Grill for lunch or dinner. The Hilltop is there for you. Dine in, carry out, delivery, open daily at 11 a.m. That is the Hilltop Pub and Grill. 34-11, Pointers lead it here. Pointers for a team are shooting in this quarter. They're shooting 43%. They were shooting 53% in the first quarter. And Marian with a basketball here. Here's Bartle with it. And Marian loses it down low. Gary up with it for the Pointers. Here's Gary with it into the front court. Gary over to Smith, left wing. Smith down low to Mackey, getting double team left block. Kicks it out to Smith, left corner. Back to Gary. Over to Mackey, top of the key. Mackey with it, driving left side. And we got a foul coming up on Marian. Coming up on Breakbush. That's going to be her second. That'll be the team's second. First one from Mackey as she is shooting free throws is up and good. 87% on the year for her. 35-11. And the second one is good as well. 36-11, point leads at 2:48 left to go here in the first half. Long 3 by Breakbush. Comes up short off the front rim. Mackey down with the rebound into the hands of Loftus. Here's Loftus with it against Breakbush. Loftus coast to coast, puts it up in the lane. Air ball. Mackey with the rebound goes up. That one's blocked. Loftus with the rebound over to Smith. Here's a 3 by Mackey right side off the rim. Gary down with the rebound, had it knocked out of her hand, out of bounds, back to Marian. Eastham out, Woodson in at the last time out for Marian. As Breakbush will bring it up for the Sabres. Here's Breakbush. Over to Woodson. Woodson gets it over to Ninum. Now into the hands of Bartle. Bartle back to Ninum on the perimeter. Ninum in the lane, driving left side, goes up, has her shot blocked, kicks it back out to Breakbush for a three. She knocks that one down. Breakbush has got 8, and it's 36-14. Pointers lead it. A minute 48 left to go second quarter. Here's Gary with it. Gary into the hands of Murphy, who just checked in last head ball. Now Mackey with it. Down low to McIntyre. Hook shot in and out. Woodson down with the rebound. Into the hands of Breakbush. Here's Breakbush with it. Breakbush hands it off to Ninum. 3 right of the circle. Air ball. Out of bounds back to the Pointers. All right, pressure the backcourt put on here by Marian as Smith gets it into Gary. Here's Gary with it, back to Smith. Smith back to Gary. Back over to Smith. They got to get over the timeline. They barely do. And here's Murphy with it. Murphy back to Smith out high on the right. Back to Murphy, 3 right wing. Yes! Murphy knocks that down. She's got 6. 39-14. Pointers lead it. 1 minute left to go here in the second quarter. Second half. Here's Bartle with it. Bartle as it's stripped away from Marian from King on the drive. Up ahead to McIntyre, who loses it, can't get it back, out of bounds. Back to Marian. Pointers with 11. Marian with 11. As Point's going to go to the bench early, we're going to see 5'5" freshman guard out of Wautoma, Laney Panish in there now. Breakbush with it for Marian. Gets it over to Ninum. Now in the corner to King. And King banks a 3 in. It's an unbelievable shot, but it goes, and it's 39-17. Point can hold for the last shot here. 15 seconds left to go in the quarter. Ball stolen away by Gable and Marian. Gable with it. Over to Bartle. Driving was Gable up off the glass and in. She'll have a chance for a 3-point play here. Foul comes up on Maddie Murphy, her first. That'll be the team's first here in the quarter. So Gable, a 70% foul shooter at the line for 1 here. Bly drives that one in there. She's got 3. 39-20. As the Pointers are going to let the clock run out. We've reached the end of one half of play with the score UW Stevens Point 39 and Marian sitting at 20 here. So a good half so far for the Pointers as they lead this one 39-20. So they've come out on fire so far, kept it going, and really haven't let Marian get into this ball game at all, as Point leads it here by a score of 39-20. All right, tell you what we'll do right now is we will take a timeout, and when we come back, we'll come back with some more halftime activities. We'll do that all in 2 minutes as you're listening to UWSP Women's Basketball here on WPCN. the Quad Fieldhouse. Still a good crowd here on Education Day. I mean, I know with school canceled, they still got a good amount of people, and there's no way this amount of people would have fit into the Berg this afternoon. So it's good to see people were still able to get out. Haven't really been outside within the last hour or something. It still wasn't coming down that hard as of yet. Can't wait to see what it is afterwards, but we shall see. All right, let's take a look at the upcoming schedule here for the men's and women's team. For the men's team, should have done a live ad. For the men's team, all right, they're in Charlotte the next 2 days of the J. Billis Classic. They got Christopher Newport University tonight. That's going to be tough. That is a 6 o'clock start. So the pregame will start at 5:45. Then they got Randolph-Macon tomorrow night. Again, another 6 o'clock start our time, 5:45 for the pregame. Then before New Year's on the 30th, the Pointers will host North Park University. That'll be a 7 o'clock start, 6:45 for the pregame. January the 4th is when conference play starts. The men will be here against UW-Platteville. That will be a 5 o'clock start, 4:45 for the pregame. That means I'll be with the women. That'll be a 3 o'clock start and a 2:45 pregame. Then the Pointers travel to Whitewater on January 8th. That's the men, 7 o'clock start, 6:45 for the pregame. Meanwhile, the women that night will host Whitewater, and that will be at 7 o'clock. Then on January 11th, again, the Pointer men are at home against La Crosse for a 5 o'clock start. For pregame will come basically if there is a pregame, if there's enough time. That game will be on after ours, as the women will be on at 3 o'clock that day, 2:45 pregame. We always try to give Scott a little runway to start here. It depends how late the women's game runs, and usually, as you guys know, this conference is pretty tough, so sometimes these games go right down to it, and we can't get a pregame. Scott has a very short pregame. Then on the 15th of January, the men's team is at River Falls for a 6 o'clock start, or 7 o'clock start, 6:45 pregame here on WPCN. On the 18th for Alumni Day, the men are home at 5. We'll be with the women in Menominee for a 3 o'clock start that day. All right, that's how the schedule shakes out for them. The women are actually in Nashville. I should mention that as well, the 29th and 30th, as they have Illinois College on December the 29th. That's a Sunday at 3 o'clock, and then they have Mount Aloysius College on December the 30th, a 5 o'clock start in the Music City Classic in Nashville. All right, let's take a look at the leading scorers first.
162 and 168
for point here. All right, Gabby Galita, Lily Truchon, and Maddie Murphy all with 6. Galita on 3 of 4 shooting with 3 rebounds and assists. Truchon 3 of 5 shooting with 2 rebounds and assists. Maddie Murphy 2 of 3 from the field, 2 of 3 from behind the arc. 5 points apiece for Maya Rice, who's 2 of 4 from the field and 1 of 1 from behind the arc. She has 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals. Courtney Krieger also with 5 points, 2 of 5 from the field, 1 of 2 from behind the arc, 1 rebound, 1 assist, and 2 steals. 3 points for Brenna Gary, who's 1 for 1 from the field, 1 from 1 behind the arc, 2 rebounds, and a steal. And then Carissa Smith, Thompson, Loftus, and Mackey, each with 2. Smith is 1 of 3 from the field, 0 of 2 from behind the arc, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal. Thompson, 1 of 4 from the field, 0 of 2 from behind the arc, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, and a steal. Loftus, 2 points tonight, 1 of 3 from the field, 2 rebounds, an assist, and a steal. And Mackey with 2 points today, 0 of 2 from the field, 0 of 1 from behind the arc, 2 of 2 from the line, but she has a huge 9 rebounds for the Pointers. For Marian, Breakbush with 8 points, 3 of 4 from the field, 2 of 3 from behind the arc, 4 rebounds. Bartle is 2 of 7 from the field, 0 of 4 from behind the arc, and 2 rebounds. King has 3 points for Marian as well. 1 of 6 from the field, 1 of 4 from behind the arc, 1 rebound and a steal. Gable has 3 points today, 1 of 5 from the field, 0 of 2 from behind the arc, 1 of 1 from the free throw line. A rebound, an assist, and a steal for her. 2 points for Ninham, 1 of 3 from the field, 0 of 1 from behind the arc, and 1 assist for her. All right, Pointers are shooting it at 16 for 36 here in the first half. Good for 44.4%. 5 of 13 from behind the arc. Good for 38.5%. 2 of 2 from the line. Good for 100%. They have 29 rebounds, 11 assists on 16 made shots, and they have 10 turnovers so far. For Marian, they're 8 of 29 from the field. Good for 27.6%. 3 of 18 from behind the arc. Good for 16.7%. 1 of 3 from the line, good for 33.3%. They have 14 rebounds, 2 assists on 8 made baskets, and 12 turnovers. For the Sabres, all right, let's look at rebounds. Point leads them 28-14. On the offensive glass, it's 11-5 Point. Defensive glass, it's 17-9 Point. 11 assists for Point, 2 for Marian. 12 turnovers for Marian to 10 for Point. 19 bench points for the Pointers compared to 2 for Marian. Marian has 1 block. Pointers have none. 6 fast break points for the Pointers. 8 steals for Stevens Point compared to 3 for Marian. 13 points off turnovers for Point, 6 for Marian. 20 points in the paint for the Pointers, 10 for Marian. Second chance points, 6 for the Pointers, 3 from Marian, and they've each had 36 possessions. So, a little bit of a frantic helter-skelter pace here so far to this game. But Point still has a 19-point lead at 39-20 here. And they're looking to go to 8-1 on the year again before they take some time off and head to Nashville. Over the holiday break, again, they'll play on the 29th and 30th before getting back into conference play on January the 4th. Usually, Saturday, January the 4th. Usually they get a game on Wednesday, but the way the holiday falls this year with New Year's Day being on a Wednesday, everybody will have to wait until Saturday to open conference play. And the Pointers, looking at their schedule on the conference side, they will have 3 games in a row on the road on Saturdays, the first 3 Saturdays, so at Platteville, at La Crosse, and at Stout to start the season. Once again, Scott and John, they are currently in Charlotte. As I was talking to Scott this morning about some other things that were going on here, but they're in Charlotte again, 6 o'clock for the game time and 5:45 for the pregame. As those guys get all the breaks, as they get to be in the nice weather in Charlotte, and we get to deal with what hopefully won't be as bad of a snowstorm as they said, 3 to 6 inches. Of course, a lot of schools did call, including Stevens Point. So we shall see how that shakes out. All right, that will pretty much wrap up our halftime activity here this afternoon. Tell you what we'll do right now is we will take a timeout, and when we come back, we'll have close to the start of the second half for you, as we'll do that all in 2 minutes as you're listening to UWSP Women's Basketball here on WPCN.
Tricor Insurance.
Stevens Point as we get ready to start the second half. Pointers will go with Krieger, Rice, Galita, Smith, and Thompson. Marian will go with Uwa, King, Bartle, Breakbush, and Gable. Starting five for both teams here. So 39-20 Pointers lead it here. Hilltop Pub and Grill for lunch or dinner. The Hilltop is there for you, dining, carry out, or delivery. They're open daily at 11 a.m. Also, Tricor Insurance, Tricor Cares, dedicated to helping our clients, employees, and communities succeed with office statewide, including Stevens Point, Marshfield, and Wisconsin Rapids. And don't forget to stay tuned for our Skyward building school administration software to make life easier for educators and families, serving over 7 million students in 21 states. All right, Point will have the ball to start the second half. Pointers going left to right. Krieger with it for the Pointers. Here's Krieger with it. Hands it off to Smith. Smith runs over Breakbush, and we're going to get a foul on Breakbush. That'll be her third, and that'll be the team's first here in the quarter. All right, Smith the inbound in front of us. Gets it into Krieger. Here's Krieger with a basketball. Over to Smith. Smith back to Thompson. Thompson, shot fake, takes one in the... as the Pointers get a rebound and put it up. And we'll have to see who scored that one for the Pointers as I was distracted. Here's Marian with a basketball. All right, foul comes up on Maya Rice, her first, team's first. Marian with a basketball. Here's Bartle with it. Bartle. So Thompson put the shot in for the Pointers. As it's 41-20 Pointers. Here's Thompson with the other way. Pulls up right block, up and in. 6 for her. And it's 43-20. Pointers lead at 8:55 left to go here in the third quarter. And the other way, Chelsea King down low goes up and draws a foul. Foul comes up on Rice, her second, team second. That's going to send Chelsea King to the foul line today. 67% on the season for her as this is her first trip to the line. First one is too strong, no good. Take a look at our final score, Sports Bar and Grill scoreboard. Watch your favorite teams while you enjoy the daily food and drink specials at the final score at Second Maria as it's 43-20. Point leads it. 8:45 left to go third quarter as King goes 1 of 2 from the foul line, and that makes it 43-21. Point leads at 8:42 left to go third quarter. Here's Rice with it to Thompson. Bounce pass to Galita. Galita down low on the right, getting double teamed. Kicks it out to Smith for a 3 left side. Off the heel, and down with the rebound is King for Marian. King into the front court. King with it. King tried to go coast to coast. Falls down, keeps the dribble though, and now retreats. Here's King with it. Rice on her. Back to Awalk. Over to Breakbush. Breakbush with it. Breakbush gets it over to Gable. Gable with it with 10 left to go on the shot clock. Gable back to Breakbush. Breakbush, a long 2 in and out. And Point up with the rebound. Here's Thompson with it. Thompson into the front court. Thompson with it. Thompson kicks it through Rice for a 3 right of the circle, too hard. Galita skies for the rebound, goes up left side, puts it up and in. 10 for her, 45-21 Pointers lead it. 7:40 left to go here third quarter. Breakbush with it. Breakbush falls down. Pass does get to Gable. Gable right side. Off the glass. Misses everything. Thompson up with a rebound for Point. As the Pointers lead at 45-21. 7:28 left to go third quarter. Here's a 3 by Krieger in the corner. Off the heel. And they walk down with a rebound. Weak side for Marian. Into the hands of Gable. Or excuse me, that's Breakbush. Breakbush with it. Breakbush into the front court. Back to Awalk. Over to Gable. Now to Breakbush. Left side. Breakbush. Gets it left corner to King, who thought about a 3. 10 left to go on the shot clock. King with it. Down low. Hook shot. Leaves it short. And Galena down with the rebound for Stevens Point. As Krieger with it, 45-21, Pointers lead it, 6:45 left to go. Here's Thompson with it, Thompson. Started to drive, now retreats. Here's Krieger with it left side. Krieger back to Smith, down to Galena left block, back to Smith. 5 left to go on the shot clock. Here's a right of the circle 3 by Rice, in and out. Thompson with a rebound. Shot clock resets, so do the Pointers. Here's Krieger with it. Krieger driving baseline left. Krieger falls past in the lane to Thompson. 5-footer up and in. 8 for Alexa. We'll get a timeout here. We're going to take one with them as well. Media will come as well. So it is 47-21, Pointers lead it. 6:16 left to go, third quarter. We'll take a 1-minute timeout. Come back after this. You'll see UWSP women's basketball here on WPCN.
Once you realize that you're standing...
All right, Matt Tano back out here at the Quad Fieldhouse. 47-21, Pointers lead it here. 6:16 left to go in the third quarter here on Education Day. Again, a pretty good crowd here in the Quad for school being canceled, so that's good to see. It was free admission here for this game due to the weather. All right, looks like Eastham and Hanser check in for Marian. As Gable with it. Here's a 3 as they carry him over to King. And it gets stuck between the rim and the backboard. And it'll be a jump ball. Smith out for the Pointers. Truchon in. Awalk and Breakbush out for Marian. Hansard and Eastham in for Marian. And they're going to have to get somebody to lodge the ball out. Actually, a young man came over and showed his hops and got the ball unstuck. All right, so on the jump ball, Marian keeps the possession. And they turn it over. Here's Rice with it for the Pointers. 47-21. Point leads at 5:54 left to go third quarter. Galena with it. Over to Thompson, now to Truchon. Gets it over to Krieger. Back to Thompson on the right. Thompson with it. Thompson into the lane. Thompson left side, puts it up, tough shot. Misses, gets her own rebound. Kicks it out to Krieger. Over to Truchon, left of the circle. 3, rattles that one home. And now that is a Truchon adds to her career highs. That gives her 9. It's 50-21. Pointers lead it. 5:25 left to go, third quarter. Here's Eastham with it. Eastham gets it over to King. Left side 3. She hoists it up. In and out. And Galena down with the rebound for the Pointers. 2-on-2 the other way. Over to Thompson. Right side. Lays it up. Rolls off the rim. But she'll be at the line shooting 2. Mackey's going to check in for the Pointers. Foul comes up on Gable. Her first. That is the team's second here in the quarter. So 2 for Alexa Thompson, who shoots about 84% on the year, in and out on the first one. First time today we will see 5'9" freshman forward out of Appleton, Kate Vandenberg, and we'll see Loftus check in as well. If Thompson, she does, she goes 1 of 2. Gives her 9, and it's 51-21. Pointers lead it. Hansard will bring it up for Marian as they go right to left here in the second half. Hits it up to Gable. Back to Eastham. Now to King. King with it in the lane. Leaves it short. Ball batted around into the hands of Hansard. Hansard over to Eastham. Eastham with it to Gable. Gable with it. Gable. Left corner three by King. Swishes that one home. 7 for her. And it's a 51-24 pointer lead. 4:34 left to go, third quarter. Loftus with it to Vandenberg. Down low to Truchon. Truchon kicks it on the baseline to Mackey. No. Possibly gets her own rebound. Let's see how that's marked. A double-double. And that dead ball will bring us to another media timeout. We'll take one with them as well. 51-24, Pointers lead at 4:21 left to go. Third quarter. We'll be back in 60 seconds as you're listening to UWSP Women's Basketball here on WPCN.
The UW Stevens Point men's basketball.
it, and as we'll get Panish back in there for Stevens Point. Point basketball, 53-24. Pointers lead at 1:05 left to go here in the third quarter. All right, here's Thompson with it. And we got a foul coming up on Taylor Potasic, a freshman. Potasic is out of Ladysmith, Wisconsin. And she's a 5'7" freshman. Pointers with the basketball. Mackey with it. Over to Gary, left side. Gary. Over to Thompson, three right side. Too hard. As Gable up with the rebound. And we got a foul in the backcourt coming up on Stevens Point here. Coming up on McIntyre. That's going to be her second. Team as Maddie Murphy back in there for the Pointers. And Alexa Thompson will have a seat. Hansard with it for Marian. Hansard kicks it out. A three by Ninham right side off the glass and rim, no. And the Pointers up with a rebound. Up 53-24, half a minute left to go here in the third quarter. There's about a 3-second differential between the shot and game clock. All right, as Gary with the basketball. 10 left to go on the shot clock, 14 on the game. Gary with it right side. Gary to Murphy, straight on three off the front rim. Rebound goes to Mackey, down low on the right, up and in. Mackey with 4, and that'll bring the third score. UW Stevens Point 55, Marian 24. We'll take a 1-minute timeout. Come back with the start of the fourth quarter in 1 minute. You'll see UWSP women's basketball here on WPCN.
Attention, parents.
Out here at the Quant Fieldhouse this afternoon, 55-24. Pointers lead it as we get ready to start the fourth and final quarter. Last quarter before both these teams actually take their winter breaks. Although not much rest, for the Pointers. Coach talked about that last year. The skeleton crew time around the university, after they come back from Christmas break, is they'll pretty much be here by themselves with the hockey team, the men's basketball team, and the wrestling teams. That's all that's going to be on campus. And, of course, the swimming and diving teams. So, as everybody else, as that was a great perk of going to college, is getting a month off for Christmas. As we're ready to start the fourth quarter, here's Breakbush with it for Marian. Breakbush gets it over to Bartle. Bartle with it. Right in the lane, puts up a shot up and in. Bartle's got 6. 55-26, Pointers lead at 9:39 left to go here, fourth quarter, as here's Carissa Smith with it. Smith with it, dribbling left, over to Thompson. Thompson with it, back to Smith on the right. 3, off the front rim. Galita with the rebound up and in. 12 for Galita. And it's 57-26. Pointers lead it here. 9:10 left to go in the game. All right, here's Marian with it. Awak with it. Well, it's into Breakbush's hands. 10 left to go on the shot clock. King with a 3 left corner, swishes that one home. That puts her in double digits at 10. And it's 57-29. Pointers lead at 8:50 left to go here in the fourth. Thompson with it to Galita. Left block, Galita. Back on the perimeter to Rice. Rice back to Galita, little give and go left side, up and in. All right, that's going to be 12 for Galita, so I was ahead of her actually. And she's got 8 rebounds. 59-29. Pointers lead at 8.5 left to go. Breakbush with it. Puts up a wild shot, not even close. And Galita down with the rebound. That's number 9. Pointers with a basketball. Here's Smith with it. Pass. Throws it right into the hands of Nidung Awok. And here comes Marian. Here comes Marian the other way. Bartle with it. Bartle left side. Bartle. And her pass is kicked by Galita, and it will stay with Marian. Vista Royal Campground on Isherwood Road in Bancroft, making memories one campsite at a time. All right, they get it into Bartle. Bartle with it. Bartle. The Breakbush. Breakbush driving left side. Cut off on the baseline by Krieger. Breakbush to King. 10 left to go on the shot clock. King, a 3 left of the circle. Blocked by Rice into the hands of Galita. Galita up ahead to Rice, who lays it up and in. Right side. 7 for Maya Rice. Now Gabby Galita 1 rebound away from a double-double here. That would be her 3rd in 4 games. As here's Breakbush with it. Has the ball stolen away by Krieger. 61-29. Pointers lead at 7:23 left to go. Up into Thompson left side. Goes up. And are they going to get a blocking foul or a charge? They will get a charge on Thompson. Her second. Vandenberg, Mackey, Truchon, and Murphy all back in for the Pointers. So a line change is along with Loftus as well. So a line change there for the Pointers. Awok with it. Over to Bartle. Bartle left side as it's stolen away. Ball still loose. And it's picked up by Schwanke. And we get a foul coming up on the Pointers here. Or maybe just a dead ball there. No foul, looks like. Awok to inbound, far sideline. Gets it into Breakbush. Breakbush over to Bartle. Bartle with it right side. Bartle over to Breakbush. Breakbush with 7 left to go on the shot clock. Now 5. Here's a 3 by Bartle right side. Misses everything. Truchon down with the rebound. Into the hands of Loftus. Up ahead to Mackey right side. Mackey over to Truchon. Left elbow. Fakes the shot. A little shot fake. Drives. Puts it up and in off the glass. Truchon now in double digits with 11 points. 63-29, Pointers lead it. 6.5 left to go, fourth quarter. All right, here's Breakbush with it. Breakbush, and we got a foul coming up on the Pointers. Got to come up on Vandenberg, her first here in the quarter. Eastham back in there for Marian. All right, here's Breakbush with it. Breakbush. Hits it over to King. Now to Bartle down low on the right. Goes up, leaves it short. But we're going to get a foul coming up on Mackey. A little bit of a late whistle there, but foul coming up on Mackey nonetheless. That's her first, team second here in the quarter. And that'll send Bartle to the line for 2. 56% on the year. First time today. And first one goes off the glass, off the rim, and no. So she'll get one more. Second one rattles home. That is 7 for Bartle, and it's a 63-30 Pointer lead. 6:04 left to go, fourth quarter. Here's Loftus with it. Loftus. It's at the Mackey. Mackey with it. Mackey. Back to Loftus. Loftus kicks it out to Vandenberg. 3 left of the circle. Off the rim, and Truchon down with the rebound. Back to Loftus, straight on 3. Off the rim. Truchon battling for the rebound, gets it, puts it up and in. That is 13 for Truchon. as she adds to her career high today, 65-30. Pointers lead at 5:33 left to go. Good effort there by Trushon to get that rebound as she batted it to herself a couple of times. Here's Schwanke with it. Schwanke puts up a wild shot off the glass, and Trushon down with the rebound for the Pointers. Bounce pass to Vandenberg up ahead. Off Marian last back. Gary and McIntyre back in for Stevens Point. Gable in for Marian. Guy Pointers inbound. Gary baseline left. Hits it into Mackey, down to McIntyre. Over to Murphy, who just checked in. Murphy, a bounce pass down low to Mackey, back to Murphy, over to McIntyre, three left side, off the rim, down with the rebound on the Pointers. Mackey left side, up and in. 6 for Kira Mackey. 67-30, Pointers lead it. 4:50 left to go here, fourth quarter. Here's Gable with it. Gable gets it over to Bartle. Here's a three right side, too strong from Marian. As that was Gable too strong on the three-pointers, up with the rebound. Mackey with it. Mackey going up, loses the ball, gets it back. Gets it to McIntyre left block, off the glass and in. First points for Kelly this afternoon. 69-30, Pointers lead it. As Coach Hockett's going to really start emptying the bench here. We got a foul coming up on the Pointers, as we're going to get 6-foot freshman Aubrey Wisconsin played her ball at Monona Grove. The forward will check in for the Pointers. We're going to get a media timeout. We'll take one with them as well. Back in 60 seconds as it's UW Stevens Point 69, Marian 30. 4:17 left to go, fourth quarter. You're listening to UWSP Women's Basketball here on WPCN.
The Spash and
here at the Quant. 69-30, Pointers lead it. 4:17 left to go here in the fourth quarter, as King looks like she'll be at the line for a pair here. So the Pointers are going to go to 8-1 on the year, and they're going to get some time off before they get to go to Nashville. First one from King is up on the way and no good off the heel. Pointers are going to have 11 days off, 10 days off till they play again. King in and out on the second one, and Gary down with the rebound for UW Stevens Point here. Gary with it, hands it off to Murphy. Murphy with it, Murphy at the foul line to Smith. Aubrey Smith, three, too strong right side. And Eastham down with the rebound for Marian, into the hands of Bartle. Left side, King, three, open, short. Aubrey Smith tips the rebound, and it goes into the hands of Loftus. 69-30, Pointers lead at 3:50 left to go, fourth quarter. Three by Gary, right side, too long. Out of bounds, back to Marian. All right, Paniche will check back in for UW Stevens Point here. King to inbound for Marian, gets it into Hansard. Hansard hits it over to Gable, right side. Gable to Eastham. Eastham with it at the foul line. Back to King. King spinning at the foul line. King tries for a bounce pass down low. Intercepted by the Pointers. Here's Gary the other way. 69-30, Pointers lead it. 3:20 left to go, fourth quarter. McIntyre Three right side. Knocks it down. McIntyre with 5. And it's 72-30. Pointers lead at 3:04 left to go here in the fourth quarter. All right, here's Bartle. Pass on the baseline, tipped, intercepted by Panish. Here's Panish with it. Going coast to coast left side, too high off the glass. Down with the rebound is Gable. We get a foul coming up on point. All right, we're going to see Annika Salatel, a 5'10 freshman guard out of Beaver Dam in there for Stevens Point. So pretty much everybody's going to get in for the Pointers today. Pointers are over the limit, so that foul coming up on McIntyre, which was her 4th, is going to send Marian to the free throw line here. Gable at the line for 2, 1 of 1 this afternoon, 70% on the year. Again, Scott and John from the J. Billis Classic at Queens University there in Charlotte. It was originally, as Gable makes the first one, supposed to be played at Halton Arena on the campus of Charlotte, what used to be the University of North Carolina, Charlotte. Second one up and good. And they moved it to Queens, who actually just stepped up to Division I this year. 6-foot freshman forward Brooke Botcher out of Belvedere, Illinois. Played her ball at Belvedere North. Now in there. Now Pointers have officially emptied the bench. Aubrey Smith with it down low on the right. Smith goes up, gets fouled. She'll be at the line shooting 2. Aubrey Smith on the season is 3 of 4 from the foul line. First one's from Smith, gets a lot of the rim, drops in. Be sure to stay with us after the game for our Skyward Player of the Game, building school administration software to make life easier for educators and families, serving over 7 million students in 21 states. All right, Smith makes them both. It's 73-33. Pointers lead it. 2.5 left to go in this one. As here's Marian with a basketball. Potasic with it. It's into Hansard. Now to Eastham. Here's a 3 off the heel from Ninham. No good, but Marian controls the rebound. As 10 left to go on the shot clock. Losing the ball was Hansard, and then putting up the shot from the baseline was Ninham. It was an air ball. Point back up with the rebound and in the ball in the front court. Here's Aubrey Smith with it. Over to Betcher for a 3. She makes it. Or Brooke Botcher, excuse me, from 3. Drills it. And it's 77-32. Pointers lead it. 90 seconds left to go as the bench is extremely happy to see Botcher nail that 3. Here's a 3 left side the other way from Marian by Eastham off the heel. Aubrey Smith down with the rebound for the Pointers, who lead at 77-32 and 1:18 left to go. McIntyre with it and loses the ball. And are they going to say Marian touched it last? As Schwanke checks back in. No, it'll go back to the Pointers. As Salatel will inbound at baseline right, gets it into McIntyre. McIntyre with it, spinning, puts it up, block right. Ball gets tipped out of bounds. And I believe Aubrey Smith was the last one to touch it for the Pointers. So it'll go back to Marian here as we play the last 109 of this one. Here's Hansard with it. Hansard over to Ninham. Into the hands of Woodson. Woodson hits it back to Ninham. Driving baseline right, kicks it out for a long 2, no good by Potasic. Point up with the rebound. Here's Saletto with it. Up ahead, Botcher, who banks that one off the glass, a mid-range jumper. She's got 5, and it's 79-32. Point leads at 42 seconds left to go in this one. All right, Hansard with it, right side. Hansard to Woodson. Potasic with it. Potasic back to Hansard as we have 10 left to go on the shot clock. Here's Ninham with it. Here's a three by Hansard straight on off the heel. And down with the rebound is McIntyre to Panish. Here's McIntyre with it over to Saletto. Saletto three off the heel, no. As we have 4 seconds left to go. And the last shot of the game by Hansard. And that's the ball game as Stevens Point wins it here 79-32. So, tell you what we'll do is we will take a timeout and we'll come back. We'll have the post-game show, an interview with head coach Matt Hockett. Do that all in 2 minutes as you're listening to UWSP Women's Basketball here on WPCN.
It's the final game of the year for the UW Stevens Point men's basketball team when it plays host to North Park on Monday the 30th. You can hear the broadcast at 640 on True Oldies, 92.1 FM, 1010 AM WPCN, on the internet at 921WPCN.com or on the TuneIn radio app. Sponsored by Skyward Incorporated, connecting parents and education. Auto Select, quality, dependable auto repair and service performed by qualified technicians you can trust. Partners Pub and Grill in Stevens Point, your pre-gaming headquarters since 1977. Taste the tradition. Stanley Street, Stevens Point. And Tricor Insurance, Tricor Cares, dedicated to helping our clients, employees, and communities succeed. Offices statewide, including Stevens Point, Marshfield, and Wisconsin Rapids. Join us for UW Stevens Point men's basketball on Monday the 30th against North Park, starting at 6:40 on WPCN.
You can now replay your favorite UWSP, Pacelli, and Spash games at 921WPCN.com. Listen live to our weekly broadcasts throughout the season. After the games are over, go to 921WPCN.com and listen to the broadcast you missed or relive the best moments of the season. 92.1 and 1010 AM. Your home for UWSP, Spash, and Pacelli sports, and your home for True Oldies. Listen to the games live at 921WPCN.com. The True Oldies channel.
Hey there, parents. Scott Glinski, CEO of Skyward, checking in as we kick off another action-packed sports season. Between practices, games, and everything in between, keeping up with your child's education shouldn't add to the hustle and bustle. That's where Skyward's Family Access Parent Portal comes in. Get instant updates on assignments, grades, attendance, and more, all conveniently delivered to your mobile device. Stay on top of your child's schooling effortlessly, because at Skyward, we're dedicated to delivering a smooth, stress-free experience for all students and families alike. Learn more at skyward.com. Wishing you all a successful season.
All right, Mavitato back out here at the Quant as the Pointers win this one today, 79-32. Scott sent me a text, so hopefully I remember to ask Coach Hockett about the status of Rachel Hagan. Now that I said it out loud, I might actually do that. So, and we'll get his thoughts on this game. He's talking to the team first, and then we'll get his thoughts on this one. Pointers today were led by Trushan, who had 13.6 rebounds. Galita had her third double-double in 4 games, as she had 12 points and 10 rebounds. 9 points for Alexa Thompson on 7 rebounds. Maya Rice, 7 points, 4 rebounds. 5 points for Courtney Krieger, 3 assists, 3 steals. 6 points for Mackey on 16 rebounds. Good game for her. Murphy had 6 points today. 5 for Botcher, 4 for Loftus, along with 4 rebounds. 5 for McIntyre. 2 for Carissa Smith. Gary had 3 and 4 rebounds for the Pointers, who ended up shooting 44% today. 28% from behind the arc, and 5 of 6 from the foul line. Not much for Marian. King had 10 points on a couple of rebounds, 8 points for Breakbush on 4 rebounds, 7 points for Bartle and 2 rebounds, 5 points for Gable and 3 rebounds, 2 points for Ninham. and 1 rebound. And while we're waiting here for Coach, I'm going to go ahead and name our Skyward player of the game. Skyward building school administration software to make life easier for educators and families. Serving over 7 million students in 21 states. We're going to go ahead and give it to the freshman today. 5'10" freshman forward out of Escanaba, Kira Mackey, who had 6 points, but she had a game-high 16 rebounds today, as the Pointers had 62 rebounds, 16 of them coming from Mackey and 10 coming from Galita. So like we said, Gabby Galita, that is her third double-double in 4 games here. She missed it by 2 rebounds over in St. Norbert on Saturday, as people just milling around on the floor here. So the Pointers go to 8-1 on the year. Again, they will have Illinois College on the 29th. That'll be a Sunday at 3 o'clock. No coverage, unfortunately, on that. So that's a 3 o'clock start from the Music City Classic in Nashville. Marian drops to 3-5. They will get Ripon on the 29th at the Oshkosh Arena. Of course, we got the men coming up next. Well, at 5:45, the pregame show will start for the men, as they will be at Christopher Newport University, playing Christopher Newport University in Charlotte at the Jay Billis Classic. Again, Queens College, Scott and John already in the Queen City here this afternoon, as they left on Tuesday. And might I say, they are getting the definite better end of this deal of games over the next 2 days as they're sitting in Charlotte. I don't know what the weather is like in Charlotte, but it's got to be better than it is here, as I haven't been outside yet to see the weather, as Coach talking to the athletic director here at Stevens Point. I think he's going to make his way back over, so we should get his thoughts on this one here. I think we could wrap this one up, as the Pointers win it here today, 79-32. And looks like he's going to have a little team meeting at midcourt here, so depends how long this goes. We'll hopefully get him here in a couple minutes. But I'll tell you what we'll do. He's going to address the team, so we will take a 30-second timeout, come back with more after this. You listen to UWSP Women's Basketball here at WPCN.
The UW Stevens Point men's basketball team participates in the Jay Billis Classic in Charlotte, North Carolina on Thursday and Friday. You can hear both their games starting at 5:40 p.m. on True Oldies, 92.1 FM, 1010 a.m. WPCN, on the internet at 921WPCN.com, or on the TuneIn radio app. Sponsored by Skyward Incorporated, connecting parents and education. Hilltop Pub and Grill for lunch or dinner. The Hilltop is there for you for dine-in or carry-out. Open daily at 11. Vista Royale Campground on Isherwood Road in Bancroft, making memories one campsite at a time. And the Final Score Sports Bar and Grill and the OT Tavern. Watch your favorite teams and enjoy the daily specials. Second to Maria Stevens Point. That's UW Stevens Point men's basketball from Charlotte, North Carolina in the Jay Billis Classic, Thursday and Friday, 5:40 on WPCN.
All right, Matt Sada back out here at the Quant as Coach Stoll addressing his team. 79-32, they win this afternoon to go to 8-1 on the season. And like I said, Marian drops to 3-5, an impressive win where the Pointers pretty much led from the outset here this afternoon, as they led for 96.3% of the time, as there was no ties in this game and 2 lead changes. And the only lead Marian had was at 3-2. And the Pointers' largest lead was at the end of the game, 79-32. Again, they go to 8-1. They'll have 10 days off. And I believe, if I heard right, they are leaving for the Music City Classic on the 27th. So these young